So we have some live breaking news here. This is a new photo right here, what you see on the screen, of the Minnesota suspect, Vance Boelter, who just got arrested. So he's in custody near his home in Green Isle. This is the guy who's accused of unaliving Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband in their home while posing as law enforcement. Really scary and eerie. He's also accused of shooting Senator John Hoffman 9 times and Hoffman's wife 8 times. They remarkably survived. The left is now, this is, okay, so I'm going to talk about the fact that the left are treating this like this guy is a Democrat. When they found No Kings brochures, the No Kings protest, the fake protest that I exposed in my last video. If you haven't seen that, you got to check that out. I'm going to share with you a clip from his so-called roommate. I'm a married man. This guy's a married man with 5 kids. There's no way that I don't know any married man that has a roommate that looks like he just fell off an Ewok tree and talks like this. And I mean, there is something so suspicious. I'm going to play it all for you. Also, there's this thing going viral about this baby Neza singer at the Los Angeles Dodgers game where she was supposed to sing the national anthem in English and she wanted to speak it in Spanish and she ended up doing it anyway. I'm going to share that with you, and then stick around to the end because I've got the best of the best to end it all and wrap it all. President Trump reacting to all the nutsy, crazy, whack job lefts. He is not only not backing down from these whack job, nut job leftists, but he's even upping the ante and going full throttle on mass deportations. Wait till you see his statement. Okay, first, so I want to first play this. So you got people like Brian Tyler Cohen, who is an unbelievable leftist grifter on YouTube, and he just spreads the most egregious lies all over the place, saying, there you have it. He's a Trump supporter. Why? Because apparently he's got this roommate who says, no, he's not a Democrat. He loved God and he loved Trump. Watch this. Check out. Tell me this isn't suspicious. Why?
Can you talk about his politics a little bit? I know that you had some discussions. I just wanted to talk about it.
Well, everyone's calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. He would be offended if people called him a Democrat. So, but he, because of this board thing he was on for Governor Walz, it wasn't to serve. He was just serving the community. But I can't believe a political issue would cause him to do such things.
Did he ever bring up the senator or the representative who were targeted?
Like I was saying, no, he never talked about those people. I didn't know those people. I didn't recognize their names.
Any politicians he mentioned?
Well, he mentioned Nancy Pelosi. They didn't like Jim Walz.
Jim Walz?
Didn't like Jim Biden. But
Tim Walz? What would you say about him?
Well, I mean, nothing. It's just normal.
Wait a minute. He just said Jim Walz and Jim Biden. I mean, am I the only one who's just, this smells to high heaven of a complete fraud and a really terrible acting job here. Again, find me a married man with 5 kids who has a roommate. Moreover, a roommate that looks like this guy. And this guy sounds like a mental patient who just came off the streets. It's like the DNC I would not be surprised if the DNC handed this guy $50. We'll give you $50 if you tell the Hippocratic media that you are this Boelter guy's roommate and that he's not a Democrat. I'm going to finish this and then wait till you see what I show you.
Well, I don't like this, that Tim Walz did this. I don't like that they did that.
Did he mention the protests that were planned for yesterday?
He never mentioned the protests.
What do you make of everything that's happened here and the fact
Maybe
that
I mentioned it to him, but I don't think he mentioned anything about it.
What would you tell him?
I would tell him to surrender himself so he could be taken alive, because he's like my best friend, so I don't want him to be killed. I don't want him to kill anyone else, you know. So I think if I saw him, I could talk him down. But
You couldn't talk down a
And did
cat
he
from a
listen
tree.
to any particular podcasts or TV shows or anything
Watch
online
Joe Rogan.
that concerns you?
well, you listen to Infowars.
I don't buy it. Not for 1 second.
I kind of told us that, well, it's like 50% truth. And
This is a weird whack job, man.
Don't take everything what they say for granted. I wasn't a real truthful. I mean, they're on for some things, but some things are way off.
Did he talk much about Trump? And what did he say, if so?
I was a Trump supporter. Voted for
Oh,
Trump.
yeah.
You like Trump?
I'm
I like
sure.
Trump. And,
Okay, so that guy just, I mean, seems straight out of some kind of weird manipulation, acting, really bad acting job. I don't believe that guy for 1 second. And you will never, ever in a trillion years find a bunch of No Kings brochures or pamphlets or whatever in a Trump supporter's car. Never. This comes straight from the Minnesota Police Department. Watch this.
Reasons to believe that these events were also targeted by the person in the manifesto in the car? We don't have any direct links. However, there were some flyers that said no kings within the suspect vehicle. And as we know, the planned events throughout the state of Minnesota today is a no kings event.
And so the reference materials that were inside of the vehicle that we saw, we have no understanding that any of the No Kings events would be targeted, but we also find it of interest to the public that these would be in there, and we want to alert everybody until we do that. Because this is such an active investigation with information not knowing right now, we feel it's an obligation to all of you and the public across the state of Minnesota to alert you of it, and that's why the colonel made the notation of recommending people don't go today. But the individuals are not in custody yet, and so we want to make sure as that very active manhunt is underway and continues, that we make sure that we're sharing that, and that's part of why we're making the recommendation. As to the investigation and the list, we are working through that now and talking to individuals, and will continue to. What I would say with the list is there's a large number of people. That's all I can say about it. We will work through all of that, what the motivations of this are, and we'll provide that as you can. This is really a public safety announcement for everybody so that we can make sure people are informed and make safe decisions throughout.
Okay, so another thing that makes absolutely zero sense is they say they have a manifesto from this guy, but here's the kind of hitch. They're not releasing it to the public. And the reason for not releasing it to the public, they claim there's, quote, not enough there. If there's whatever it is, if there's something there not there, first of all, I don't trust anything that you guys say, especially from a blue run state and a blue run city, et cetera, and a state that's run by the giganticest, that is a word, embarrassment to men across the span of history in Tampon Tim Walz. You think I trust that guy? I wouldn't trust that guy as far as I could spit on him. And I know that didn't make sense, but I don't care. You know what I mean. Why don't you just release it and let the public decide? We'll decide whether there's something there or not there. Don't you find it just a little bit suspicious that they're not releasing this manifesto from Boelter? Makes no sense to me. Something doesn't add up. This Ewok over here is not his roommate. He's a stumbling, mumbling, stuttering mess. He called Tim Walz Jim Walz. He called Joe Biden Jim Biden. Either he's on serious whatever medication or he doesn't have his medication. It just doesn't add up. I'd love to get your thoughts on this. Okay, in this next story, I've never even heard of this person before. Supposedly she's a singer, a social media influencer, whatever. Vanessa Hernandez, otherwise known as Baby Neza. I heard the name Neza and I immediately, perked up my ears because wait a minute. Your name's Neza, and you're starting to act a fool and smear a name that closely resembles mine? I don't think so. And so apparently she is going viral right now because she posted this video of the Los Angeles Dodgers organization telling her that when you do the national anthem, you have to do it in English. I know it comes as a big shock, but you're in Los Angeles, you're in California, you're in the United States. So yeah, the national anthem needs to be sung in the actual language of the country that you're performing it in, right? No matter what Karen Bass or CNN tells you, this is America. We speak English here. We speak the language of the founding fathers. And so yes, the national anthem needs to be spoken like that. So sung like that. So she apparently made this TikTok of the Los Angeles organization telling her not to sing it in Spanish. She went ahead and did it, and then she got really emotional afterwards. Let's see what's going on here. Let's watch this together.
Okay, we are going to do the song in English today, so I'm not sure if that wasn't or if that wasn't relayed.
So she says you need to speak it in English, and then she says, so I did it anyway.
Alright, bear with me because I'm still very shooken up and emotional, and anyways, I just got home from singing the national anthem in Spanish at the Dodgers game, and it is the official Star Spangled Banner in Spanish. You can Google it. I'll just read it to you really quick, but it was officially commissioned in 1945 by the U.S. State Department as a part of President Franklin Roosevelt's Good Neighbor policy to foster a better relationship with Latin America. Because of this, I didn't think I would be met with any sort of no, especially because we're in LA, and with everything happening.
This is the USA,
I've sang
dear.
the national anthem many times in my life, but there was today out of all days.
What does that mean?
I could not.
Oh my God. People who record
I just could
themselves
not
getting
believe
emotional.
when she walked in and told me no. But I just felt like I needed to do it. Para mi gente.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody get me a vomit bag. So you were told by an organization that obviously is partnering with you. Probably there's some sort of monetary transaction. You were told to sing it in English. You're in the United States of America. You proceed to sing it in nobody loves Mexico and Latin America more than the people who don't want to move there. Have you ever noticed that? The people who don't want to live in these countries really have a lot of pride, waving their Mexican flags, waving their Latin American flags, burning American flags. It's such a marvel to me, right? You were told by the organization to sing it in English. You defied that order. You defied your employer. You probably broke your contract. And then you record a video to make it look like you're the victim? Is the left just full of whack jobs, or is it just me, ladies and gentlemen? You tell me in the comments. She plays victim after defying a request. It wasn't like, look, if you want to protest, you want to sing the national anthem in Spanish, you want to wave, do that. That's what I love about our country. People sacrifice their lives for those freedoms. Go ahead and do that. But this is a private event held by a private organization, the Los Angeles Dodgers. They asked you to sing it in English, and you decided to act like a complete negligent, unprofessional, and defy those orders and then record yourself crying, playing the victim. I don't think so. This is shameful. I have no idea why this is going viral. It's just more and more. I saw Kiki Hernandez too, another Dodger, saying, I'm with the immigrants. This whole narrative. We voted for this, you dumb donkey-headed mooks. We voted to get rid of illegal criminal aliens. That is exactly what President Trump promised. That's why he's in office. That's why this cabinet is in office. That's why the House is the way it is. The Senate is the way it is. That's why every single swing state swung the way it did. The people. Every time you guys think you're actually fighting for the people, you're throwing a dagger in the hearts of the people, because we voted for this. There's nothing wrong with immigrants. We love immigrants. My parents were immigrants. I was born and raised in the greatest country on planet Earth, the USA. This country is built on immigrants, legal immigrants. There's a big difference between legal and illegal, period. That's it. And your boys, Clinton, Hillary, Bill, Obama, Biden, There's video footage, Schumer, Pelosi, of them all saying the same thing. But because it's Trump now, he's a Nazi. It doesn't make any sense. You all belong at Bellevue, a mental asylum. So let me know what you think of that last story. I just can't stand these victim mentality. It's just absolutely abhorrent. But let's go to this. Donald Trump tripling down, quadrupling down. Actually, I love the balls of this statement right here. Not capitulating at all to Karen Bass, to Newsome, and all of these ridiculous anti-American thug criminal rioters, insurrectionists across the country. President Trump put out this statement. Our nation's ICE officers have shown incredible strength, determination, and courage as they facilitate a very important mission, the largest mass deportation operation of illegal aliens in history. Hear, hear. Every day, the brave men and women of ICE are subjected to violence, harassment, and even threats from radical Democrat politicians. But nothing will stop us from executing our mission and fulfilling our mandate to the American people. ICE officers are herewith ordered, by notice of this truth, to do all in their power to achieve the very important goal of delivering the single largest mass deportation program in history. In order to achieve this, we must expand efforts to detain and deport illegal aliens in America's largest cities such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York, where millions upon millions of illegal aliens reside. Oh, he's going to quadruple down. I love this. I love this. I love you, Mr. President. Quite frankly, probably the greatest president of my lifetime. I love you, sir. These and other such cities are the core of the Democrat power center, where they use illegal aliens to expand their voter base, cheat in elections, and grow the welfare state, robbing good-paying jobs and benefits from hardworking American citizens. These radical left Democrats are sick of mind, hate our country, and actually want to destroy our inner cities. And they're doing a good job of it. There's something wrong with them. True. This is all true. That is why they believe in open borders, transgender for everybody, and men playing in women's sports. And that is why I want ICE, Border Patrol, and our great and patriotic law enforcement officers to focus on our crime-ridden and deadly inner cities and those places where sanctuary cities play such a big role. You don't hear about sanctuary cities in our heartland. Very true. Then he ends it by saying, I want our brave ICE officers to know the real Americans are cheering you on every day. Absolutely. The American people want our cities, schools, and communities to be safe and free from illegal alien crime, conflict, and chaos. That's why I have directed my entire administration to put every resource possible behind this effort and reverse the tide of mass destruction migration that has turned once idyllic towns into scenes of third world dystopia. Our federal government will continue to be focused on the remigration, I love this, of aliens to places where they came and preventing the admission of anyone who undermines the domestic tranquility of the United States. To ICE, FBI, DEA, ATF, the Patriots at Pentagon, and the State Department, you have my unwavering support. Now go get the job done, DJT. You know, this is coming off the heels of that amazing parade, which I know most of you guys were able to see. It was absolutely fantastic and glorious and beautiful and prideful and just amazing all around. I loved every second of that. I know you did too. This is what we voted for. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you to the most amazing Cabinet Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, and everybody involved. This is what we want. Do not back down. This is what I was hoping would happen, and he came through again. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this and all the other stories. Let me know in the comments down below. If you love America, tap that thumbs up. It only takes you a second. You can even do it with your remote. Just move there and tap the thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out immeasurably. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.